Yeah, hi there. These comments are for JA. This is Michael. Now, normally, let me tell you who I am. I'm the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at Stealth, the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And normally, I have an additional service, JA, where I will correct all of the errors, restructure your essay, give you some really specific feedback to help you get going on the right track. That service, unfortunately, is pretty expensive because it just takes so much time to do it. But I will give you a little bit more feedback on this particular essay. But if you want more feedback on the next essay, I will encourage you to use my error correction service. Okay, let's take a look at what you wrote. So this is one of the practice tests that you actually wrote, and I think my TOEFL IBT writing specialist gave you a score. You say, in many cases, students have to leave their families and live closer to the universities. I wouldn't put the comma after families because you have two verbs going back to the same subject. You say, whether they decide to live on campus or off campus, most of the students, especially those who cannot afford living alone, will share their living place with other students. Now that's very good control of your sentence structure there. You say, in this case, it is wise to carefully choose the one person you spend most of your time with. In my opinion, a roommate has to be clean, social, and friendly person. I would say has to be a clean, social, and friendly person. So use the word a to introduce the word person because person is a singular count noun. All right, now you got a thesis, right? So that's good. Now let's take a look at your first paragraph. You say, first of all, the most important trait in my roommate candidate. I wouldn't say it like that. You have some unnatural sounding expressions there. You say the most important characteristic in a roommate is cleanliness. That's how I would say it. Then you say living in a clean place. I would say will there. I guess you could say would, but will improve both health and mood. For example, cleaning dishes and plates after eating is important to prevent bad smells, which might, you want to say here, I wouldn't say, you want to say might be enough to cause mood problems, right? But you might want to say which might cause mood problems and germs growth, which may cause diseases. Keeping the home clean can be only achieved by having clean people. You say lining, I'm going to say living in it. So I would rather choose those who pay attention to, you say cleaning issues, I would say cleanliness issues. So you have a word choice problem in there. So the next paragraph, you say, in addition to the cleanliness, you say cleanness, I would say cleanliness. The second important characteristic, you say character, that a roommate should have is to be socially active. I would not imagine myself living with, you want to say a lonely person, and then you have the semicolon, that's not going to work. How about with a lonely person, simply no punctuation at all, simply because it will be a, don't forget a in there, a boring life. For instance, if my roommate does not like to chat or hang out during his or her free time, with whom will I spend my free time? I think you got a sentence formation issue there, so I don't have time to correct all of it now, but you have some problems with sentence formation there. You say, by having a socially active roommate, he or she could replace the absence of my family. That's good. So you for the most part, you have fairly good control of your sentence style and also your word choice. You have some problems in there. Okay, let's go to your next paragraph. You say the third quality to keep in mind while searching for a roommate is the academic performance. Now this is where this kind of throws you into trouble here, because your third point in your thesis is friendly person. You didn't say anything about academic performance, so there needs to be a better connection between what you do in that paragraph and to what you've done in your actual thesis. So you say students with high academic standing are most likely, you want to say, to create a challenging environment for their peers, especially if they are, I would say there, if they are in the same class. Living with those people could help me in doing my school work, not works, and preparing well for exams. By way of conclusion, native speaker is not going to say it. Native speaker would say in conclusion, or to sum up. You say based on the reasons explored above, it will be much, you can't say more better, it will be much better. I would say if I lived, not you live. I would say if I live with a clean, social, and smart roommate. Your health, I would say there my health, my relaxing time, and my academic performance will be in good shape. So there's a little bit of disconnect in your essay with what you said in the third point in your thesis and what you actually did in that third body paragraph and then what you did at the end, right? Okay, now let's take a look at your score. Based on what you just did, I mean, I'm going to put you, I think you're pretty high, I'll be honest with you. You have a strong essay. I'm not going to say it's perfect. I think it qualifies to be in the 4 range. I'm going to say 4.0 out of 5. I'm going to give you 25 points out of 30 on this. I think you have pretty good connection, though that third point in the thesis kind of threw you into some trouble. Other than that, everything connected pretty well. You have some examples and details to support your ideas. I think you do have, as I pointed out, some problems with sentence structure. You have some problems with word forms, and you do use unnatural sounding expressions sometimes, but these things don't interfere in meaning. So that would be why I would give you the score that you did. Now, to solve some of these problems, not going to be easy because you're already really, really advanced, right? So to help you with your sentence formation and some of your word choice problems, you can probably benefit from focusing in my grammar lesson number 7, focusing in some of those editing exercises. I think that would probably help. If you go to grammar lesson number 7, focus on the grammar and the writing exercises at that website, and that's going to help you get going in the right direction. But anyway, you got good writing skills. Now, if you want to get 30 out of 30, you actually have to eliminate a majority of those sentence formation and unnatural type sounding expressions, and you have to better connect your thesis with the body paragraphs if you want to score higher than what you did. All right?